Welcome back to Three Cranky Jets Fans. I'm Joe Close Marone, and here with me are Matt Callahan and Alana Close Marone. No, I did not get divorced from Trisha and marry some rando named Alana. We've been away a good long time, and, well, Alana, would you like to explain yourself?
I mean, no, I'm joking. No, yeah. So, some things in your life you can't change, like how well the Jets play, and you can't change, I don't know, if the Jets are ever going to win a Super Bowl. But I am of the belief that you can change a lot of things to pursue your own happiness. So, um, sure. Yeah. For years, I really disliked my name. I didn't identify with it. People loved to shorten it to Trish. It's like the harshest sounding name in the universe.
Boo,
And I'm,
Trish.
boo, right? And so then I had to like unpack that and be like, actually, I'm Trisha. And this was like a conversation I had a lot. And then, I don't know, there was a moment where I was like, I could change my name. I'll talk about it just for another moment. I don't want to take up too much time, but my grandmother, she changed her name at midlife. And my mother, she changed her name at 65. And so I think I've had this path set for me that maybe it was meant to happen. I'm not sure, but of course I called my own mother first before I made any decisions, and I got her blessing. She was okay with it, and yeah, I've chosen the name Alana. Well, not only is it a name that we can't turn into Trish, it's a beautiful name, but also in a world where there is a lot of strife and dissension, it's a name that means harmony, and that really resonates for me. It's something that I want to embody, and so yeah, this is a couple months in. It's going well. I get bouts of imposter syndrome all the time, but I'd say for the most part, I feel really excited about it and great about it, and it's nice to have a name that I love. So, yay for new names. And maybe this is the year that the Jets do something different, right? Like maybe they're going to pursue their happiness.
Something different. Well, I
Get that
support
Super
you. I
Bowl.
love you,
Maybe.
and I love your new name. And it sounds like it's a nice family tradition that you, your mother, and your grandmother have kicked off. So we talked with our son Judah earlier about a name he'd like to be called, and he's decided
Poison.
on Judah Rocks Monster Truck Dragonfire Alexander Close Marone. So we'll have to get that on the record books. Matt, how are you doing? How was your summer?
It's good. Summer is mostly over, and I'm glad. But still, Matt.
I can see you've kept a very detailed chronicling of your adventures.
I've done so much. Did nothing. I moved apartments, and that was it for the summer.
That's a big endeavor. We all
Lot.
did some moving this summer, but anyway, this is not a personal diary of our lives and happenings. Although it's nice to know a little bit about us, but let's get into the New York Jets. We've got season 2 of Three Cranky Jets Fans coming up that we're kicking off here now, and a lot has happened this summer. So we're going to do a quick recap of everything that's happened in the offseason. We're going to talk about some of our expectations for this 2025 season and how high or low we are on this new Jets era. And finally, we'll preview Game 1, Jets versus Steelers at home. Let's start it off. This offseason, after interviewing everyone with a pulse, the Jets hire Aaron Glenn as head coach and Darren Mucci as GM. Aaron Glenn then has Aaron Rodgers fly out to One Jets Drive to meet. Then about 10 minutes later, Glenn kicks Aaron Rodgers out the door, essentially. You're fired as quarterback of the New York Jets, which seemed to go over well with everybody. Jets then signed Justin Fields, coming off of a year with the Steelers as their starting quarterback. They also signed Andre Cisco, safety, I believe, from the Texans. Then Brandon Stevens, cornerback. I may be mixing these up a little bit. Josh Reynolds came from the Detroit Lions. He's a wide receiver, all in free agency. They move on to the draft and bring in another offensive tackle after they drafted Olufashinu last season. On the right side, they bring in Armand Membu in the first round, and they also drafted, of note, tight end Mason Taylor, who is expected to be a quality starter this season. And, noteworthy, Jason Taylor is his father, and he did play for the Jets, although briefly. He's more known as being a terror for the Jets as a Miami Dolphin, but he was actually a lot of fun as like a rival nemesis back in the day. So it's interesting, kind of like close the loop tale, having his son being drafted by the Jets. So we've got high hopes for him, and it'll be fun to have Jason Taylor being forced to root for the Jets against the Dolphins. Then more recently, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner both get big money extensions from New York, and this should keep them here with the Jets through 2030, essentially.
Wow.
Unless something like unforeseen major events happen or trades. But they're both getting over $100 million. I think like $130 million each, something like that over that time. I don't have the specific numbers in front of me, but it's big payday. Sauce Gardner is the highest paid cornerback in history right now, so we'll see if he lives up to that extension. Garrett Wilson is probably getting paid about appropriately. Finally, the Jets traded with the Vikings for defensive tackle Harrison Phillips, who will be a really nice pairing with Quinnen Williams. He's a big-bodied run stuffer, so we've kind of been dying for that kind of person to work alongside Quinnen Williams so that Quinn is not getting double-teamed every single play. And I think that'll be a nice pickup for the Jets. We'll see how that happens. But, yeah, any of this stuff jump off the page at you guys? Anything that we want to rehash? I'll take that as a no.
No, I don't think
up.
that's a no. I mean, I wasn't ready for you to ask me that question. I think I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when Aaron Glenn gave Aaron Rodgers the boot.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how that conversation went.
Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show after that and was pretty irritated. And, of course, now he's playing for the Steelers. We'll get to that. But cruel twist of fate, I guess.
I can't believe it's our first game of the season. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, the schedule makers love this shit.
I'm interested.
They really do.
I love this shit. I'm like, ooh, a little drama. It's like fun.
Had they No, they hadn't. Did they do that on purpose, or was that already set before he became the starting quarterback at Pittsburgh?
Aaron Glenn released him before. Rodgers took a bunch of time after he got released from the Jets. And
no, I mean the schedule. Was the schedule already in place, or did they do this on purpose?
No, I think the schedule was in place already.
Yeah, I think so. I thought so.
But I think there's some kind of NFL gods who are like, ooh, you want to make it real interesting?
They had a feeling. I think they did it. I think they did the week 1 scheduling on purpose, assuming that Rodgers would be playing
get picked up by the Steelers.
For the Steelers, yeah. I don't think they had the schedule out when he got released. So they knew that there were like 3 possible destinations for him, but the Steelers seemed the most likely. So those schedule makers know what they're doing.
Yeah, something
They
was
thought
going
at
on there.
worst it would be like a revenge game for Justin Fields because he played for the
Right.
Steelers last year and they benched him, even though he was playing pretty well for what's his face, Russell Wilson. So they knew there was a storyline no matter
What do you
what
think of
there.
Fields? Or do you want to wait that for the season expectations?
I mean,
Yeah.
we can move right on into that.
I guess I do have a question about the off-season recap in
Yeah.
general. This is coming from the perspective of like not knowing a lot of these names, not realizing that we had enough budget to pay, Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson that much money. Like I sometimes forget that we have money when I think about the Jets. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Like, do any of these guys on this lineup excite you? Are you excited to see some of them out there playing? Do you think that these moves were like,
Appropriate
was
or
it all
needed?
just sloppy seconds, or was it like, oh yeah, the Jets are actually cultivating something and weaving something together that's got potential?
No, I think, and this is kind of moving into that next segment of expectations, but based on what's been going on, I think everything that the Jets have been doing is fairly like conservative and forward thinking, right? So they didn't necessarily need to extend Garrett Wilson or Gardner this season, but they were forward thinking and knowing that if they continue to play well, the price tag's only going to go up next season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's lock down these players, make sure we keep our homegrown talent in-house and pay them, keep them happy in a year that's bound to be transitional, right? So if you can't guarantee wins, you can guarantee some money and show your players that you want to keep and the rest of your locker room that you value the guys that are showing up and working hard and producing, even when things aren't perfect. And I mean, that's what Philadelphia does. That's what a lot of these like great managed teams do is they work ahead and they keep the guys that they draft that are working and they just try to stay ahead of the eight ball. So I think what they're doing is the right move so far, and it seems like Aaron Glenn as a head coach, I mean, everybody talks like about him like he is, a proxy of Bill Parcells, essentially. Like Parcells is sitting on a telephone line all day long telling him what to say. But the reality is that he learned from Bill Parcells as a player. He does have continuous dialogue with him every week, supposedly. He learned from Sean Payton. He learned from Dan Campbell. Like, he's got a pretty strong resume of people that he's coached under and come up under. And his style is very similar, it seems, to Parcells and how he interacts with his players and the media, really. But I like what I've seen so far.
Okay. Matt, I'm curious, do any of these guys like gotcha? Like, yeah.
Well, I like Aaron Glenn so far, and
Okay.
it's not just for firing Aaron Rodgers 10 minutes after meeting him, but that definitely helps. I have.
How much would you have paid to
I
sit
love
in
that
on
he
that
like
call?
Oh,
flew
I
him
wish there
in.
was video.
He was
Yes,
like, "Yeah, get on a plane, get on your own private
come all the
plane
way
from
here.
California. Come have a chat. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the future." And that future is going to be that you're out of town.
I'm sure he was like, I want to tell man to man, but I like it better with this
Yeah, I think that
your
was the
version of
idea.
events, where it's like, let's talk about the future, not you. Is the future.
Anyone but you.
Or it'd be better if he like flew all the way in and then his code didn't work on the door to get in. Like,
Oh my god!
I mean that
That's what they did too.
Hard
That's
Knocks.
What, Belichick did that to what's his face?
Oh god!
Eric Mangini.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you see? I saw a great. Heck, God, I gotta pull it up. My friend who is a Pats fan sent me this the other day after Belichick's illustrious college career start.
Oh, I heard
And
they
it
got
was-
slaughtered, like
They got slaughtered, but he
48 to
sent me a
27
picture
or something like that.
of a napkin that just has written on it, "I resign as HC of UNC."
I believe it. What an asshole.
Oh man!
But anyway,
Wait, is he still with it? Is he still with UNC?
he just started. Like this was
They
his
just
first,
had their
started.
first game.
and they got hammered.
Okay. Well,
Good times. Good times for the
Good
Tar
So
Heels.
have we segued into season expectations?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
let's do it.
What are your season expectations for these Jets? I'll tell you, I took a new strategy this offseason, which was I didn't pay any attention to what the Jets were doing, and I felt pleasantly surprised by their offseason moves. Like everything you said, I think the fact that I didn't hear a lot about them while actively not paying attention to them was a good thing for once from them. So maybe I'm going to do that every offseason, is just ignore them as if they've stopped existing. But what are your season expectations looking at this team now?
I think I joked in this summer that like I was at a retreat to deal with the to deal with the drama of the Jets and just to get away from all of it, right? Like you got to go on like a
Right. I was basically in the Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat.
right? Yes, the Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat. I was like, I have no idea. And of course, Joe always has a pulse on what's happening. So I can't go too far without getting a little nugget here and there. But I was really happy to just kind of be away from it all. So the truth of my expectations, I'm just basing them on what it means to be a Jets fan. And they're lower than they've ever been. that's it.
Wow.
They're just
lower than ever.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. She is not impressed by anything.
No, I mean, every time I think
I'm
there's
imagining
a
you're
little-
both going to be the like yin and yang of the season expectations, and I'm going to be
the middle.
voice of reason for once instead of the darkness.
I think
Which
I'm
is a-
taking on your
I
darkness.
know you've taken on the darkness where I have actually.
Well, let's
don't
talk. Like,
I feel you stepping into the light, Matt.
I am.
You're like, oh, I'm pleasantly
I'm
surprised.
curious.
I like Aaron Glenn.
Alana, what do you expect the win total to be?
Like 4 games.
Wow,
Oof.
that's
Wow.
brutal. All right, so she's definitely like.
I mean, have you guys
predicting,
been
like, a top 5
around?
pick? All right.
Has anybody been around for the Jets experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let them suck you in.
Oh, Joe, I'm sure is already sucked in. He's got the Super
yeah,
Bowl
I'm
No,
in his eyes.
no way.
He's got the playoffs at his eyes.
Get out of here.
He has the
What's your win total? Yeah, you said get out of
Yeah,
here very
what-
slowly.
What's your win total?
So, I am thinking that the Jets they were 5-12 last year, and I think they were 7-10 2 years prior to that. I think it's going to be another 7-10 season, and I'm kind of okay with that. I think there's a possibility that they could go 5-12, but I also think there's a possibility that they could shoot above their weight, right? And even be a dark horse candidate for like a wild card spot in the playoffs.
There it is. There it is.
And that's not to say that I think they're going to do that. I'm just saying, considering how competitively they've played a lot of their games over the past 3 to 4 seasons. Like they've been in almost every matchup.
Mm-hmm.
They could get lucky, right? They could get lucky here and there and end up with like a 9 or 10 win season. But if I were to bet on it, I would say 7 and 10. I think that's a reasonable number for them. It all really depends on what Justin Fields can do, and I think this. I still think this team has a good core group of players, especially young players. The whole team is very young. I think there's only 2 players that are 30 or above, and I think it's a strong group. But that quarterback play has just been a huge question mark for years, and we again don't know what the hell it's going to look like this year. I will say it seems like in every year for the past couple of years, it seemed like we need to lean on our running game because we have a strong group of backs, and that's the way we should be doing it, right? We don't have strong quarterback play, we don't suspect. Let's lean on our running game. And now we have 3 running backs that are considered either very good or serviceable, at least, and a quarterback who is like second all time in rushing for one season. So we should be able to run the ball. And we have an upgraded offensive line. With that said, Elijah Vera Tucker just went out. But it still should be better than it was last year. So I could see a way where they can do things well on offense or better on offense. It's going to be, hopefully the defense looks a little improved. Hopefully everybody is more disciplined with their playing and we're not getting stupid penalties. We'll see. That part is coaching, and we're hoping that Aaron Glenn's coaching is better than what we've seen previously. And from all accounts, he's the real deal. But we don't know until game time happens. We'll see. But 7-10 is what I'm expecting, and I'd be okay with that as long as they're competitive every week.
Matt, where are you?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think they're going to be I don't know. I think they might go 8 and 9.
Wow.
I can't believe I'm the optimist.
Wow.
So what am I dreading for this season? That I just said that, and that's probably bad.
It's all going to go up in flames.
I like that
they're in the Super Bowl.
Focused, at least in preseason, on the running game and saying that that's what they're going to do. But
what do you guys know about Aaron Glenn?
I love him so far. He just says whatever he's thinking.
Yeah, I like him. I liked him. I watched one preseason game and I enjoyed him in it.
Wait, what was that, Matt?
I said I watched their last preseason game. That's the only time I paid attention to the Jets this offseason, and I enjoyed it. They mounted a pretty good comeback in the second half against the Eagles, and of course it was the last season game, so preseason game, and by the end of the game I don't think any of their starters were in, but I liked their offensive plays at the end of the game, and they would have, I think, either tied it or won it at the end of the game, except for a
missed field goal. Yeah.
Jets offensive penalty.
Oh, penalty.
No, because they had gotten a first. Well, they got a first down that would have made a much easier field goal to win it, but there was a penalty on the play. But I don't know. I'm probably setting myself up for failure. But I'm not even a full believer. I'm just that's what I feel like might happen, and I'm just looking for them to be pleasantly surprise me.
I usually always take the high road. I'm always like, oh, it doesn't hurt to try to believe in the good.
Yeah, they really
be okay.
Beat you down last year.
They've really beat me down. I mean, that
was a huge disappointment. But I think from a coaching aspect, we've got something good.
Yeah, I really hope he looks good. I like the way he coaches, and I'm hoping for the best.
Some of the players have
Good.
said some things that have like somewhat alluded to the lack of competition during practices in previous years. So, like, and not necessarily knowing where they stand. Like Robert Saleh was a great coach in a lot of ways, but he was very much like a hype man, and he would say things like, "These guys are professionals; they kind of know what they're doing. I don't need to knock a man when he's down." But that kind of thought process to me never made sense. Like any professional that's doing any sort of skilled labor that they had to go through a process to learn, there's always continuing education, things like that. You're going to have relapses or regressions in your practice, and you're going to need to coach yourself back up one way or another, right? And there seems to be this kind of like infection in the NFL where it's like, okay, we've made it to the professional level, so now nobody can tell us anything about our process, right? Even coaches. And that's just not the way it works. And Aaron Glenn understands that, and he, during his press conferences, harps over and over again. You can hear it that coaching is important, and you hear it in some of the comments that his players make as well, in that he's putting them through hard practices, things that they haven't done in years, because he understands that fundamentals are important, and they're understanding that as well. They seem to be really enjoying it. And not to mention, he's not afraid to say whatever is on his mind. And you talk to anybody who's met Aaron Glenn, they know exactly where they stand with him. So whether that's a hard truth or sunshine and rainbows, they know it and know exactly what they need to work on. And these guys are all competitors, so they take advantage of that. They need that input, right? And the guys that are truly bought in seem to really be taking this message to heart. So I think it is good. We'll see, though. Game time is the ultimate prover, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that you kind of just brought me over to the other side. That's a really that's really poignant, this idea that like just because you're a professional doesn't mean you have to train and change or be coached. Like that's really profound, and I had not considered that before. But I think you're right. I do. I really think you're right.
The fact that he still talks to Bill Parcells is a plus in my book too, because he's
Yeah.
still my favorite coach of all time.
Yeah.
And I'll just be happy if there's an end to just the non-stop stupid penalties that I've seen for the past several years.
Yeah. We're talking to
Yeah.
you, Michael Clemens.
Well, let's talk about what's on its way. We are going to see the Jets take on the Steelers at home with none other than Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback for Pittsburgh. I mean, what is happening? I know we kind of talked about this, right? Like,
Yeah.
wild.
I know.
What do you think Justin Fields is thinking?
I don't know. He's a hard one to read. He does not like to talk. He's
Does he
very
have any
quiet.
relation to the Mrs. Fields cookies?
Yes. He is her secret alter ego.
Is Justin
Fucking
Fields
baking cookies all day long.
I mean, is Justin Fields Mrs. Fields?
Yeah. He lets his baking do the talking.
Is he dropping cookies on the field?
Oh,
Is
goodness.
it-
All right.
Okay, taking it too far, but what I mean, yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about this upcoming game, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is where my Jets fandom like persona really comes to life, and like, of course Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh. Of course we have Pittsburgh's old quarterback, and of course Aaron Rodgers is going to look like he's 25 again and throw for 575 yards and 6 touchdowns, right? Like that's what it feels like to me, because the Jets just get that kind of action.
Wow.
Like it feels to me like that is just what's going to happen. I'm chalking this one up as a loss because that's my destiny as a Jets fan.
I just want to know that, like, if the BetterHelp therapy online session people want to sponsor the show,
They
I
sponsor
think we've got
everything.
our
They should
first
sponsor a
client.
Jets fan show.
I think we might have our first really, really tried and true client here, Joe. That's dark, buddy.
I'm
Oh, it's
sad.
par for the course.
Sad Jets fan.
3 sad Jets fans. Oh
Cranky.
man, yeah. It's
Get
self-defense.
off my
It's
lawn.
He
self-defense.
might
Rodgers.
also do exactly what he did in his debut for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same place, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
same crappy AstroTurf. So
Yeah, he could rupture the other one.
You know that, like, deep
Maybe
in
break a
his
hip.
cells and in his
He's old enough to do
psyche,
that.
he spent months on ayahuasca, like reliving that moment. So he might get on that field and freeze, you know. I'm not worried about Aaron Rodgers. I'm not. I think the game will go well. I think the Jets just need to establish running the ball. Like, that just has to happen.
Yeah, they do. Really, both offenses, that would be like the game plan for them. Aaron Rodgers should not do what he did for the Jets and like check out of every run play for a pass. Like, he should be relying on his team's running game because they have a strong offensive line. I will say that the Steelers' defense is like one of the most legit in the league, just year in, year out, and this year doesn't look to be any different. So they definitely have their work cut out for them. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle for both teams. But
Can you say that again?
I think it's going to be a defensive struggle for both teams.
Okay.
So just got to really
you
get
just
that
said that
running game going.
all of our players are in their 20s. Like, can we just make Aaron Rodgers feel old?
That would be nice. Get a lot of pressure on him. I would like to see Will McDonald, Quinnen Williams, and Jermaine Johnson get a sack each. I'd like to see Jermaine Johnson get 2 sacks. He deserves it for coming back from his Achilles last year.
that would be nice.
Yeah. Apparently, Jermaine Johnson only got to like practice once or twice during training camp because he was still recovering from his rehab, his Achilles tendon, and poor Armand Membu, the rookie tackle, had to deal with him both of those days because he was like so excited to get back out on the field and was just clobbering Membu all over the place in like 90-degree weather. So I'm excited to see him.
Good.
I think he'll be fun. I like Jermaine Johnson. He's a really good teammate on the Jets, it seems like, and really good leader. But
Well, Elijah Vera Tucker's injured. He might require surgery, so that's a little bit of bad news, right?
yeah, he had. I don't know the details. One of his arms, he's got an arm injury that looks like is maybe going to require surgery. I'm not sure yet, but
Who was it that hurt his toe? Somebody hurt their toe.
oh, Justin Fields. That was early in
Justin
training
Fields.
camp. It turned out
How
to
is
be
that little
nothing.
toe?
He's fine.
Okay. At least that's what they're telling us.
So
Oh, man.
Joe
Well,
Tippmann,
good.
the
You
center, is
guys
going
wanna
to slide over to right guard in place of AVT, and Josh Myers will play center. Hopefully that's not a disaster.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will be, do you?
I don't think so. I feel pretty okay about this offensive line. I think Joe Tippmann and Josh Myers are about even with each other. So and Tippmann can play guard. So I'm not too worried about that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm happy it's football season. I'm ready for it. I want to watch it go down. What are we looking at? 1:00 on Sunday?
1 o'clock Sunday.
1 o'clock Sunday.
1:00 Sunday. All right. What's the final score going to be, guys? Matt?
I have the Steelers winning 24-20. Is my prediction, which is very optimistic for me.
Yeah, the Steelers as well, 24-17.
Well, I did my prediction before we had this conversation, and and I'm just feeling a little more hopeful. I'm feeling more hopeful. I
Are you
was
going to change
thinking,
it?
I
Change it.
am.
Change
I
it. Somebody's got
I'm
to.
gonna go on. I'm gonna go on the record and originally say I was going to say 32-12 because I'm just pissed. But
Those Steelers
but
winning, right?
yeah.
Yes. But
Okay.
now, as you enter the light,
Jets are winning
Now, as I
100 to
entered the
nothing.
light,
as you emerge from the darkness.
I mean, I remember that Aaron Rodgers is old, that he might have some kind of like weird flashback of his injury. That like I don't know. Aaron Glenn sounds to be an upright guy, so I'm I'm gonna let the Jets win it.
Wow.
All right. All right. What's your score?
What's the, yeah.
Just flip it.
21-17.
21 to 17. Okay. Jets
It's gonna be a
21
good
to
game.
17. I hope it's a good game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being a good. I could see every game being a good game.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
love
though.
that about you. he's he's good through and through. That Joe. We'll talk to him next week and see how he feels.
It's all going in the
Oh,
toilet. We
gosh.
gotta play for
I
tank
should-
for
yeah.
tank for whoever.
We should have
I'll
a
be honest.
graph
I was
of-
looking
of
at who the
Joe's mood
quarterbacks are.
throughout the seasons.
I was looking at the
Yeah, say
quarterback
that.
prospects for next season
Oh, man.
the other day, but just because I don't know. I hope Fields works
Wait,
out.
so what did you say? I can see every game being a good game.
Yeah, a good game, not like a
that what you said?
win. I just mean close.
Oh man. Okay. And Matt, you think we should like chart these moods, huh?
Yes, I think I need to do a graph chart of Joe's mood throughout the season, and then we
Oh,
can
man.
analyze it at the end of the season. The
Yeah.
peaks
Have
and
you seen
valleys.
that little like quadrant chart? There's like I'm feeling blue, or I'm feeling red, like angry, and or I'm feeling green and peaceful, yellow
Feeling
and happy.
indigo. That's not a thing.
Somewhere
I'm
between
creating my own
depressed
chart.
and
Stop trying to label me.
depressed and angry.
All right,
Oh,
you two be
man.
quiet now.
We're gonna psychoanalyze the shit out of you, buddy.
Better help me. All right.
We should just start sending like the customer service at BetterHelp episodes, just
Yeah.
until they decide to sponsor us.
Fix me. Fix me by sponsoring me. Anyway, we don't need sponsors. We're just doing this for fun.
I feel like we should go on the record to say that we're like, Matt, I don't know if I can speak for you on this, but I can definitely speak for myself. I am a proponent of therapy, and I think that it's great. There is no making fun of this, and I do think that maybe some Jets fans, anybody, could use some good therapy. So this is not a
Yes,
What's the
I am
word?
of the same mind. We're not trying to tease people with mental health needs of any kind. Get the help that you need. All right. That's enough of that. All right. Season 2 of 3 Cranky Jets Fans is officially underway.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for listening to this nonsense. If you made it through the whole thing, the last couple of minutes were crazy. Please follow wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a review. It really helps the show. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for more. We'll be back next week to recap Jets versus Steelers and all the action. Hopefully we'll be celebrating a Jets win. Until then, go Jets.
Go Jets.
Jets.